We didn't practice this. Yeah.
It's the new craze sweeping the nation. Sea monster speak.
Yes. I'm not fluent yet.
But you will be. This is a threat. Means I love you in sea monster.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. That was our bit. Thank you. This concludes the opening bit.
Well, we gotta be smoother next time.
We'll workshop it.
Yeah. Welcome, Crunchy. Welcome anyone viewing anonymously.
Maybe next time. We'll maybe we are. I don't think we're above reusing bits, so we can do this bit again, but better next time.
Will we?
Yes. Definitively, we will. I like the squid cat. Thanks, Corinthio.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to stream. We're both tired. We were late because there was a dog.
Oh yeah, we were petting the dog.
He
was doing his best to try and be a good boy.
He was silly and floppy.
And mouthy.
And a little mouthy.
A lot mouthy. Well, I guess moderately. It could have been worse, but it was still a lot of mouth. Much teeth.
Mouths.
Mouths?
Mouths.
Just getting the mouth feel of that
mouth.
Yeah. Doing that with your mouths. Please don't do that. It's my finger. The things that happen and we don't have a camera.
For good reason. Hi. Welcome to stream.
Yeah. The bone worked.
The bone. I'm glad that the bone worked.
Yeah.
Bone?
Mouth sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, welcome to Heaven Will Be Mine.
Bone? Welcome to Heaven Will Be Mine. It's a visual novel where there are girls in robots and they kiss each other sometimes. And space politics. Lots
of politicking happening here with Disco Elysium on the weekends, although I didn't stream last week at all. Yeah, thanks for your patience with that. I just, went to Katz's. I even brought my microphone this time, but I just was tired and didn't have the energy to do anything stupid.
Stream for your loving audience?
No, I mean, streaming Paradox Space, getting silly with it. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have the energy for getting silly.
Get silly!
Just a little New Year's vacation. Yeah, I guess you could call it that. A little pseudo vacation. I was feeling crappy though.
We saw friends. That was cool.
We did. That was really nice. We saw friends, one of whom usually lives too far away to see, the other of whom we should probably see more.
Corinthia redeemed shrimp check.
Shrimp indeed.
We were both shrimping.
And a hydrate and a stretch.
Oh, I'm stretching so good.
Yeah, boy.
Now like lug.
Hello, Leku.
Welcome, 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 welcome to camomileGothic stream. Brother loves shrimp check.
You like shrimp check? What's your brother? What's your favorite part of shrimp check?
Because I am always 2 feet away, flagrantly ignoring shrimp rules. Just crunching. Crunch it, twist it, shrimp it.
He is. Mm-hmm. He sees me sit up straight, and he just crunches over a little more.
Every time we have a shrimp check, Cam's spine gets a little straighter and Brother's spine gets a little crunchier.
Which is...
Bloop it.
The Splatoon version of Bop It. Yo, Splatfest this weekend. It happened.
Oh, it happened. Congrats.
Team Sweet won. It was sweet versus spicy versus sour. Well, not in that order. Technically, the official order was spicy, sweet, or sour. Conversing with you about this is how I learned that you enjoy sour things so much.
Ah, and then you bought me sour candies.
I did.
I enjoyed them.
I'm glad that you enjoyed them.
They wreak a little bit of havoc on my tongue, though. I always enjoy a sour candy, and then my tongue is like raw and sore after.
Yeah, well, I did buy them to share. I bought the size that was big enough to share because I bought these when the friends were coming over.
I offered them to everybody. And nobody else wanted any.
I didn't. Yeah. So my intention with the portion size was not for you to scald your tongue off. But yeah. I just think it's so funny. We're both about as picky about food, but in such different
opposite
ways.
Things. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you really enjoy sour foods, and I do not have the tolerance for it. And I enjoy some spicy kick, and you do not have the tolerance for it.
Yeah, it has to be mild. Sometimes the mild, I mean, yeah. I've had things that are labeled as mild, and they're too spicy for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm not I was not on Team Spicy. I was on Team Sweet because out of the 3, I don't know, I think I used the wrong word there. This is not about knowledge. Out of the 3, I don't usually, go for super hot, super spicy. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh yeah, burn my fucking face. Yeah. But I do enjoy some spice.
A little heat.
A little heat.
Brother says, is there sour food besides candy or like a lemon? Since I'm the sour expert. Well, the sourness comes from acidity, so that's why lemons are sour, because they're acidic. There are other acidic foods, like pineapple is slightly sour. It's more sweet than sour, but it's got both. It's got that tartness. Mm-hmm. Cherries are sour.
Really? I don't.
Well, some cherries are sour. Not all.
If they're
cherries.
if they're not ripe enough. And I mean, in that case, then strawberries and blueberries and things can be too if they're not properly ripened.
Yeah.
I was in pretty fucking sour strawberries before.
Rhubarb is a sour thing.
Oh yes, yeah.
Have you had to label it because in order to make a rhubarb pie or whatever, it's the rhubarb and then you add a shit ton of sugar.
Yeah. Well, we have a rhubarb plant in our backyard, and we do strawberry rhubarb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably a lot of unripe fruits. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said acidity, and I thought of balsamic vinaigrette. I don't know if that really counts as sour. It's been a long time since I had it because I had issues with acidic foods. They hurt me.
Oh yeah, sauerkraut is sour. I don't know if vinegar is sour because I feel like the balsamic vinaigrette is more salty than sour.
Yeah. See, that's why I liked it so much. And I know that I'm not the only one who thought this, was disappointed that savory was not an option. for the Splatfest because that is what team I would have been on. Mm. And it even starts with the letter S. It wouldn't have broken their pattern. Also, it's so funny to see how the percentages break down because certain things, especially with like the Splatfest and like Splatoon 1 and 2, because there were only 2 options, a lot of the time you would see the end results for the popular vote would be pretty close to even. But with the tricolor ones, there's actually some variation. It's not always 30, 30, 30 kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That's usually how the, like, battle results end up being when they do, like, winning different modes. But
you said sorry, finish, and then I'll say my thing.
Anyway, Sour had the least amount of votes in the popular vote. It was, like, 20%, I think. Sweet was 53, I believe, and then spicy was the other whatever numbers left over.
You said savory, and then it reminded me that I didn't actually have any Ritz crackers earlier, and now I kind of want some.
Yeah, because there's no Borsin in the fridge.
Yeah, I know, but I still like the crackers.
We can have crackers at
break time.
Let's
get started, because we're both tired, and we don't want to just sit here chatting the whole time.
Yeah. And now, fucking Vriska decides to pop a notification. Fucking Vriska.
God fucking damn it, Vriska.
What is that emo? It's making me want noodles.
Noodles.
Keep forgetting about the Vriska bot. Yeah.
Takeout.
Those are all the wrong games. This is the right game. This time she finally... This time she was like 20 minutes late.
Vriska did nothing wrong except not notifying of Cam's stream on time.
Ah! I feel ways.
You feel ways?
I do.
About the thing that I just said, or just in general?
Just in general. But also about the thing that you just said.
Resume.
Right. Why are there 2 Pluto saves?
I don't know.
The most recent is the one that we'd be looking for.
Yeah.
Are we... Oh, right. No. I just forgot. Yeah.
There we go. What is this? What does that stripy bar mean? Does that mean it's...
Hold on. It means that it was going off the edge of the visible. Off the edge of the screen. There we go. Whee! Yeah.
Like a boat listing to the side. Everyone in chat just kind of went, woo!
Yeah.
Alright, what happened last time? I don't remember anything.
Oh, fucking hell. Well. We did.
Did we fight with Luna-Terra?
Yeah, we did. So far, we've done the first, like, day.
We're on day 3.
So we did, yeah. Well, okay, the first 2 days, I guess. I was thinking first day, because we did both of the routes.
Yes.
So we did the first 2 days. We did, the one with Saturn was a repeat, but we picked the other route, so it was a different outcome. Then we haven't done any between Pluto and Luna-Terra yet. And we're going for the Memorial Foundation's end here, which is fascinating to do as Pluto, because it's the exact opposite of what Cradle's Crisis wants.
Yeah, it's in conflict with her ideology.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna twist it in some way.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna do a twist, I think.
Yeah. So we have mail alerts and comms, and then the two.
Right.
Oh yeah, and I enjoy Mars.
I also enjoy Mars. So
you were really enjoying Pluto.
Yeah. Don't put me on blast.
I mean, you put yourself on blast in the last 2 streams that we did.
Sure, whatever. Yeah, I like Pluto. Get off my back. Okay, well, so the very first thing you need to know about pilot interfacing.
You didn't even read the titles.
People can see it.
Maybe they can't.
Okay, fine, I'll read it. Subject, pilot interfacing, origin, direct message, author, Mars. Okay, well, so the very first thing you need to know about pilot interfacing is that it's the most important part of piloting. You don't really have to know any of this stuff, but since you asked, I'll give you the basic rundown. There are actually a few ways it's useful to know, even if it's basically just to explain why no one can do anything to stop you because of the completely unfair bullshit you have. Any given ship self may have a variety of prescribed functions, you know. That's called the machine's intent. It's not that the machine has consciousness, even if it seems like it does. That's just projection and accurate metaphor. Even if you're using a made-to-order ship for you alone or customizing it for that purpose, you still have to bring your intentions in line with the craft's. That's what interfacing really means. That's why interfacing is the most important part of piloting, and why basically the only thing the R&D crews do is find better ways to reduce the lag. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So the machine's intent is what it was made to do, and interfacing is aligning what you are wanting to do with what the ship was made to do.
I think so.
Yeah. I like summarizing things. It helps me learn.
And you're very good at it, dear.
Give me fucking head pats. Pat your head.
Cam just slapped me.
I did not. I made a mock motion like I was going to.
No, you slapped me in the face so hard that I cried.
I think chat would have heard if that happens audibly.
Ow! Hurting me! Violence in the home.
I don't know. I just don't find it funny.
What?
I just don't find it funny, I guess.
What?
Violence.
Violence?
In the home.
Okay.
Alright, I think this is... I don't think either of us know where this is going anymore.
No. Let's do the next
There was
part.
no plan in the first place. Oh yeah, my original intent was to see if the microphone would pick up my, like, very gentle, like, cheek papping.
Yeah, and then I started
Then you
going,
started
ow! Ooh, ah!
Yeah, then you started screaming.
I didn't scream.
Okay.
If I screamed, it would have been much louder. Read the
That's
thing.
true. I've heard your I'm giving instructions to a large group of people voice. Subject, White Void. Origin, Tidal Mechanics Research Archives. Author, Dr. Nix.
Dr. Nix.
This guy has things to say. We learned things about him and I don't remember any of them.
Is Dr. Nix a him? I was under the impression Dr. Nix might have been a her. But I could be wrong. Or maybe, or a them. Or maybe we just don't know.
I feel like it came up in previous conversation, but
Chat, tell us the pronouns of Dr. Nix if you know them.
Anyway, Dr. Nix has things to say about white void. And that's the bottom. The fearful power of it is evident, so much so that I hesitate to even criticize it. It is the nature of the tyrant theory that is fed by all things, including attempts to dismantle it. It can simply assimilate those theories and absolve itself of potential guilt and rhetorical weakness by assuming new forms, because it has no inherent premise that is not fungible, but the impulse to make all else a part of it. That was a lot of words.
Tyrant theory.
Yeah.
Fearful. What are they talking about?
White void.
Okay.
That's all the context we have. Far from expanding to incorporate diverse and contradictory ideas into itself, the theory would remove alternate quantum states until finding a solution that would incorporate perfectly in line with the unified culture theory. This is a necessary and inherent step because in order to prevent any given feature of such a theoretical culture to be subject to eversion, the gravitational pull of the culture must be so great that no information about it can escape. As the theory accumulates culture through culture mass energy conversion, its gravity would steadily begin to grow, and sorry, I have to move away from. You can keep bouncing your leg. It just, for some reason, my brain couldn't process the words on the reading the words out loud, and also the vibrations from you.
Okay.
Leg bouncing.
Okay.
I don't know why that is.
Brains.
Anyway. Okay. I lost my thought. Thank you. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Gravitational pull. Right, no information. Okay. As the theory accumulates culture through culture mass energy conversion, its gravity would steadily begin to grow and its energy decrease until it begins to continuously collapse into a single coordinate, and no distinguishing information would be able to escape. The interplay of variant states is necessary for culture to create and change, and this unified field culture would be unable to do so. It would only be able to assimilate and devour. Such a theory would not redefine hierarchy, but enshrine it forever. Far from a compassionate future for humanity, it would necessitate the complete removal of human variance. All humanity and all existence would revolve around a singularity of the unified field culture, the tyrant theory, a white void, a single conqueror thought at the center of the universe.
Interesting.
This game, okay, this game with its dense information. Yeah, I'm like, okay.
It is dense.
So this
part is the easiest to understand.
Yeah. This feels like this. It's like it's summarizing everything else, but yeah. So the white void that they're talking about, they're addressing.
I feel like the tyrant theory. It's talking about. I feel like authoritarianism.
In some sense, yeah. Fed by all things, including the attempts to dismantle it. Yeah. Reminds me of capitalism a little bit. Fed by all things, including the attempts to dismantle it.
I think you could argue that capitalism is a form of authoritarianism where the capital is the authority. All things serve the capital.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So these are theories. I guess it's a theory about how culture forms. What culture is and how it forms.
Remove alternate quantum states until finding a solution that would incorporate perfectly in line with the In order to prevent any given feature of such a theoretical culture to be subject to eversion, the gravitational pull of the culture must be so great that no information about it can escape.
Yeah.
So, finding a solution that would incorporate that line is stumping me a little bit. Because in order to prevent
remove alternate. I think that's because, like, in a culture where everything's the same, in order for that to be the case, you need to eliminate things that are not the same.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the first sentence is saying. That instead of expanding to incorporate these ideas into itself, it's exterminating them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, if I call it. Okay. Necessary inherent stuff because in order to prevent this theoretical culture from being subject to eversion. So preventing eversion.
Yeah.
Gravitational pull must be so great that no culture information about it can escape. So any culture that I think the way the the way that it's talking about it makes me think that all culture is at risk, can be at risk of eversion. And this white void that they're talking about, this is the only theoretical kind of culture that could not evert because of its nature. Because it is so single.
So densely itself and nothing else.
Yes. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Even if it were to evert, the inside is the same as the outside.
Yeah.
Your culture by energy gravity would slowly begin to grow, and energy decrease. So I think it's describing like black holes, but in terms of culture, which makes sense because gravity, culture, black holes, gravity. Interplay of various states is necessary for culture to create and change. Yeah. Unified would be unable to do so. Yeah.
Yeah, it would not redefine hierarchy, but would enshrine it forever.
Necessitate complete removal of human variance. Eliminate diversity. Tyrant theory. Neat. Okay.
I'm Pluto, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Are you scared?
Yeah. You?
Yeah, but I'm excited too. I'm looking forward to what we could be.
Hey, Pluto. How can you be sure?
Sure? About what?
Sure about anything. Everything is so frustrating, pointless, doomed. No matter how hard I fight, it stays that way. So how can you be sure it's not going to be that way someday?
You're the person I want to ask that. Because you fight every day like you're not thinking about those things.
What's that supposed to mean? I've got to fight. That's what we have to. That's what we have to do. Of course I still think about those things, even when I'm fighting.
Sorry, Mars. Of course you do.
Everyone has doubts like that.
Even me, then, right?
But it doesn't feel like you do. I mean, you make it seem like everything's going to be all right.
But you just do what you have to, without even worrying about it. Without even worrying about whether it's right or not. Or if it will come to anything or not. You're a genius, you know. You're smarter than me.
That's not true. I just have to stop thinking if I want to do whatever it is that needs doing. I put myself on pause. Don't you?
Maybe that's why I'm still so scared.
Interesting.
Okay.
Mission time!
Deep dive with the
oxygen ocean. So
Saturn. I don't know why my brain was like, that's not the right name. It was the right name.
yeah.
Deep dive with Saturn. The oxygen ocean serves as both a fuel yard and terraforming engine for planet Ares, and it's the perfect hiding place for the migrating celestial mechanics fleet. But deep down, something is reaching up for them. Or rift in the earth. After her maiden voyage, Cradle's Graces is testing the finishing touches on the terrifying Crunmacula prototype. It's a chance for Luna-Terra to defeat their trump card, but will she close the rift between them instead, or only widen it deeper?
Aw, shit.
It's time to
Pull!
vote. Hold up. No, it changed.
Corpulent button! Handsome.
It's doing a new cat every time.
Silent boo-boo. It said corpulent.
It did. Corpulent
Porpoises. Every time at my work, sometimes, we measure food with cups, and anytime it's like, how much food? 1 cup? My brain always goes 1 cup, 2 hens. Yeah.
I bet they would love to hear that.
I started doing it, and my coworker was like, "What are you saying?" 1 duck, 2 hens, 3 flocks of geese, 4 corpulent porpoises, 5 limerick oysters.
Pole's life. I almost said the porpoise of life.
Porpoise life. 6 pairs of Donald Verzo's tweezers.
Who's Donald Verzo?
I don't know, some guy who makes tweezers. Okay. 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle rage. 8 brass monkeys from the sacred secret crypts of ancient Egypt. 9 sympathetic, apathetic, diabetic old men on roller skates with a marked propensity towards procrastination and sloth. 10 lyrical, spherical, diabolical deviants of the deep who haul stall through the quo of the quay of the quivery all at the same time. Your fumbling messed me up.
See, I'm fumbling because I didn't get to do it as many times as you did.
I know. Okay, but what is this?
Time,
don't worry about it.
It's a fun thing that
you should make a
memorize.
You should make a channels points thing where if somebody redeems it, you have to do the whole thing.
It's
just called 1 duck.
Yes.
Luna-Terra.
It's related to my workplace. Luna-Terra.
Speech test for radio announcers.
Maybe that's how it originated.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, why not?
Because it's a camp song.
I mean, camp songs can be many things.
Sure, fair enough.
Like Baby Shark.
Baby Shark.
Which was a camp song before radio made everyone fucking hate it, and it was a really good camp song, and now nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Herman the Worm. There's a lot of camp songs about worms. Speech test for radio. Oh, okay. So you literally were giving us the answer. Neat.
Originated radio sent New York in the early. It's a cold read test given to perspective. That is really fucking cool, actually. Yeah. I don't think that they know that.
We should look up the original one. Is the worm yeah, I see the worm.
Yeah. The worm is not showing up on the thing for some reason, but it's showing up on Twitch.
And along came Herman the Worm. How does it?
That's really
the
cool. The
littlest worm I ever saw was curled up in my soda straw.
Okay, we're gonna be singing camp songs.
The littlest worm I ever saw was curled up in my soda straw.
Okay, we're gonna be singing campfire songs for the rest of the fucking stream if we don't stop now.
Okay.
And thank you, Corencio.
All right, open the game.
But yeah, it's speech test for radio announcers. I was just thinking, I don't know if the person who introduced that song to us knows that, and I think it would be a fun fact to tell them when we see them next.
Yeah. I could message them.
I mean, I could too, but
I went to steal a better worm.
End this section. Also, looking at the rewards, Q is reminding me that, Currencio, I still have your break video redemption from 2 fucking weeks ago. So we'll play that on break today. Oh shit, that means I have to set up a window for it. I will do that when it actually comes to the right time to do that. Let's Luna-Terra.
Yeah. Recalibrating. How's the stability? Remember to keep the left side balanced.
It's fine, Mars. You don't have to fuss so much.
There's just no reason to take a test flight without escorts. Especially with Memorial Foundation patrolling the area.
Mars. They really could be doing anything at all more useful. This ship doesn't need protection from anything, even if we're exposing the cores for testing. And you know I hate being treated like a princess. Yes, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. Yeah.
But you are important, and your ship is too. It's not fussy and annoying to be looking out.
It is too annoying. I'll be annoyed by whatever I want. Stop being jealous. I'm not looking for an excuse to bump into Luna-T. Right, because they have history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Pluto kind of has this latent mind-reading thing happening where she just kind of knows things.
Mm-hmm.
So, like... I never said that. Listen to Dr. Nix for once, even if you won't listen to me. Look, I'm not escorting you. You win, okay? But please, just be careful. I know you think I treat you like glass, but I really... What's so funny? Why are you laughing?
Sorry. It's just hard for me to stay mad when you're such a dork. And you care so much.
Gay.
Even if you're not apologizing and still want so bad to be a knight in shining armor. Thinking about class effect theory. Because I cannot read the phrase knight in shining armor now without thinking of fucking Dave and Karkat. And all of their complexes.
They do have a few of those.
Yeah. I'm rereading right now
Knights of Forever.
The Birth of Tragedy out of the Spirit of Music, which is a fic that involves the two of them and relationship things. It's good. I like it a lot. I mean, I also have some caveats, but I read it a million times also.
Yeah, knights are an interesting class. I pegged Wei Wuxian as the Knight of Breath.
You pegged him? I've had so many people do that to me. I was like, finally.
God, I wish. Anyway.
So you think he's a knight?
Yeah, specifically a Knight of Breath. And Zhang is a page of blood, which is fun because that means they're exactly inverse of each other. And they were foils!
Oh my god, they were foils. And then they fucked in a ditch.
No, those are the brothers. I said Zhang is a...
You said Zhang?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wrong guy.
Wrong fucking guy. I was picturing, because I know you made those things you were going to post about your Lalanji class specting on Tumblr.
Yes.
And then Tumblr was like, your gifts are too powerful.
Yeah, it's because I smashed like 5 gifs together and then put writing on it. And then Tumblr was like, no. No, ow. No, Lawanji is rage. I don't know. I don't know what class yet. But anyway, enough talking about things that nobody knows about.
But they should, because you should There's many ways to consume this media.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we've talked about it before.
Yes.
There's the book, there's the manhwa, so it's comic, there's the animated show, there's the live action show, there's an audio drama.
If you speak
Chinese.
Mandarin.
I mean there's also like it does have subtitles, but yeah, there's an English subtitled version of it. Yeah.
Oh yes, they will all involve needing to read a lot of subtitles if you don't speak Mandarin.
Yeah.
Does the live action on Netflix have a dub?
No.
Oh.
If it did, I would have watched it already. I have thought, I was like, I wish I would like to dub this. I think I like half was like, what if I wrote a dub script? Because the subtitles are not always great.
The subtitles are always far too long because
English
and Mandarin
are very different.
Yeah.
What is the name? Oh, Modao Zushi.
I'm gonna put it in chat.
Or
I almost knocked the microphone over.
The Untamed is the live action Netflix show.
Is there an H in there or no?
No. Yes.
Or the
They Untamed.
I didn't even.
They Untamed.
The typo was so bad it said they tamed. Or
Wait.
Grandmaster.
Yeah, Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation. There's a few names.
The Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation is, I think, like a more direct translation of the original Mandarin title.
It's Mo Dao, not Mo
Dao?
Mao.
Oh shit, that was also a typo.
That was okay. Mo Dao. Shit. Yeah, it's cool. It's a historical fantasy. Shanxia.
And it's gay.
And there's a huge cast of characters and a convoluted plot, so all you Homestuck enjoyers will have lots to
sink your teeth into.
Yeah.
That's what I kind of enjoy most about it.
Yeah, there's a billion characters and
scope,
and you'll struggle to tell them all apart because they all have three names, and especially in the animated series, they are very bad same face.
Yeah, the art style in the animated series is very bad same face syndrome. Their faces are how I tell them apart in the live action.
Yes, because they all wear the same outfit.
Yeah.
Homestuck enjoyers. Yeah, in the live action, everybody has the same clothes and hair.
Within
the sects.
Yeah, within the sects, they have like their colors for their sects and things.
For their sex.
But yeah.
Oh my goodness, we're being raided.
We're being raided. Welcome, Voidrod and friends, to Heaven Will Be Mine.
Except we were on a tangent.
Except we were on a super tangent about a
totally different media.
Chinese historical fantasy drama.
Yes.
We should actually play the game. End distraction. Thank you, Currencio. Hello, King Frog.
Ribbit.
Tangents today. Oh, yeah, we got lots of those here. I have special guest Katzen, who was making lots of lovely sound effects.
Hello.
Hello.
Ribbit.
End distraction.
Ghetto. I think that's your line.
That is my line. You're the only one I can still be such a petulant kid in front of. Instead of the princess everyone loves.
Pluto. Wait, you're just being a brat for fun? I'm mad now.
Everyone else gets to be, especially you.
Chunk.
Oh, chunk.
Stop making fun of me!
Remember when, in the academy, when people asked you where I was, they'd say, "Hey Mars, where's your..."
Okay, yes, launch permission's cleared. You are cleared for takeoff.
I want to know the end of that sentence.
Where's your girlfriend? Where's your sidekick? Where's your pet?
Where's your gal pal?
Where's your gal pal? Fight until we forgive each other or make up and forget. So we're going with this one because that's the ending we're choosing.
Although, fight until we forgive each other sounds a lot more fun.
It sure does.
But we'll get to read it when we do
Luna-Terra's
ending in like 5 months.
We don't know that it's going to take that long. You don't know that. Never forgotten, every story told. The balance shifts because Luna... I'm going to need you to read this.
Where's my water? You're like 2 mouthfuls of tea over there. Okay. The balance shifts because Luna-Terra didn't hesitate, and neither did Pluto. 4th planet from the sun, Aries, romantic red planet. It was the first planet the space colonization program wanted to make ours, and they wanted it to be so beautiful. Yeah, so we found that they are using different names for the planets in our actual solar system, so Aries is Mars.
No, Mars is a person.
Yes, and...
I'm yanking your chain.
You do enjoy doing that.
On occasion.
Yeah. Did they get their wish? It was a beautiful dream, but still a dream. By the time Earth had demanded the space program pull back, they were stuck, still halfway there after so many years. Yet, getting halfway there got them something beautiful, even if it wasn't enough. Where life grows, and it doesn't grow in most places. It's in a spring yellow-green that never could quite get to summer. Tenacious weeds spread all over the planet that will never be called Mars, and even they can barely breathe. Only stubbornness keeps life on Aries, and they would not even be able to endure if Cradle's graces didn't patiently tend to them. They spew pollen uselessly into the air, and between them and the too-thin atmosphere, breathing, where it's possible, is hard. The fate of the 4th planet from the sun, even prettier now, and just as useless to humans. Pluto has flown past the canyon she's concealed in 3 times already. It's been a perfect shot every time. At noon, even with the sun shining directly on her, the flowers and weeds and their pollen keep her hidden. Should Luna-Terra squeeze the trigger or not? And what else is Luna-Terra supposed to do? How can she dare to take that shot with Pluto looking so beautiful? How can she not? Why is she trembling like that? Does she know? No. Luna-Terra realizes she's the one trembling.
If you can stop me, I'll believe in you. I'll give up on everything, but I know you trust me too much.
Pluto said that. She might even be saying it right now, knowing that Luna-Terra has the perfect shot.
If you're not sure if you're right, I'll be the one to test it. I believe we can have a home in space, and there's no way to bring that back to Earth. You believe we can bring home to Earth, and there's no way to have it in space. I believe in us. We'll figure it out.
Yet it's impossible for Luna-Terra to look at Pluto in the crown macula, big as the universe, and think it's better for her to not have that. For Luna-Terra to keep thinking,
I'm freeing her from something terrible and bringing her home.
So Luna-Terra fires. Before she has a chance to decide whether or not to fire, she pulls the trigger. Without considering or having a chance to choose one way or another, her body seizes the opportunity, making the decision for her. The one they agreed to, without doubt. Luna-Terra will betray herself every time. Pluto's exposed left tidal reactor shudders and shakes. Oh, I should have seen that coming, shouldn't I?
The resulting tidal resonance will be catastrophic unless she shuts both reactors off and reboots instantly. She does, of course, and worries about the ship and the whole world and Luna-T and doesn't hesitate. Even though that's clearly the plan. The minutes she'll take rebooting will have her plunging into the ground and maybe too damaged to power back on. And so, Luna-Terra dashes to catch her before that. Again, Luna-Terra is the last to know. She's doing it before she decided if she should do it or not. A coward who cannot commit at heart at least commits to not committing. Without thinking about how contradictory or ridiculous it is. Pluto's comms are off, so she doesn't have to yell at Luna-Terra about why this is so stupid, or how she needs to grow up, or do anything but fall and be secretly happy she's still charmingly stupid. The Maricrysium looks very funny trying to catch a ship this much bigger than her. Her engines flare, strain, start to break from trying to slow the fall. Her wound bleeds freely. A tattered, tangled mess, falling down, too hard, crumples in the weeds of Ares, nestles at the canyon bottom. It may not be a livable planet, but it's a soft one. It's hard to breathe for very long, but it feels nice to lie in, ship or body. Sometimes it feels like nothing could be worth giving up a ship, but this isn't so bad.
Luna-T. Yes, voice crack. Luna-T. Luna-T, are you awake?
Yeah. Everything hurts a lot.
I gave you some painkillers. Do you need any more?
I can't fly on them.
You're not going to fly without them either, Luna-T. Your engines are melted.
Oh, right. I thought I did something stupid, but I couldn't remember what it was.
Mars the soft wind. It was a breathtaking sequence of poor decisions. I love that part in the app with the two ships. When I said I wouldn't be satisfied or forgive you until I fought you on Ares, I meant when I kicked your butt. Kicking your own butt doesn't count.
As usual. Sorry. Do you want me to move?
Why? Do you want to get up?
Waking up with my head on your lap feels like you're rewarding me for shooting you down. You can be mad if you want.
That's one thing. This is another. There's just nothing else to do with you. You did the right thing, or tried to. And then you did the right thing again, or tried to. You wanted to do the best thing for you and me, but you couldn't decide what it was. There's nothing I can say to that, and it's already done, so just lie there already. I might not get another chance, you know?
You can hold so much. I'm in awe every time. You're the size of the universe. You see everything and everyone, and you hold all of it. Everything's precious. Everything's worthy of you.
I'm not. I can't. I'm small. I'm small and scared. Smaller and more scared than you. Don't say I'm not.
Okay. I won't.
Never again.
I'm sorry. You're small. You're just you, after all.
You have to mean it.
You're huge to me, okay?
That's okay. I should be. I hear everyone, and I can't ignore it. It feels like I'll die if I do. It hurts too bad. I listen to your voice more than any other. Your heart is more important to me. Isn't that proof I'm selfish too? But I'm going to fight with everything I have for those voices, even against you. I just know that no matter what, we're not going to get what we want. If I let myself slip, I'll trust in your future instead. I know we can't beat Memorial Foundation. So I can't afford to blame you. I can't do anything if I can't trust you.
It's way easier to hate me. It's what normal people do.
I love not giving you that satisfaction, Luna-T. And you really should give up on me ever being satisfied with happiness just for me.
Sure. I know as well as you there's no welcome waiting for us on Earth. I don't know if we will be happy there, but I couldn't live there without. Well, if you get a miracle, I won't fight that either. My heart isn't big, but if you ruin the Memorial Foundation, I'd forgive you. I mean, who wouldn't? I, too, want to be free of Earth. To be free of 9.8 m/s to the power of 2 forever.
Are you really sure? I think even that victory will be impossible even if we win it. But maybe you actually have more faith than me. I think we might not make a happier world.
But you can learn how to be happy anywhere, even Earth.
Meters per second squared.
Gotcha. On Earth, we were tied down by the weight of the world. I won't go back to that, even if I go back to Earth.
There are 2 ways to do that.
Make a home where we set the rules.
Or bring a new law of gravity back home.
If only all of us were as precious and powerful as a planet. But I can take the shape of the world requires of me if that's all we get.
That's not true. For you especially, it isn't true. Oh, the acceleration rate of gravity. Yeah. Being like, if that's what it has to be, I can be what other people need me to be. Like, that's not true. It's, for you especially, it isn't true. Ooh. You were the one who didn't let Earth's gravity choose your body. I wouldn't have been able to choose if you hadn't shown me. That's a victory they can't take back from us.
The trans allegory? Rescue will be here soon.
You're almost a real adult, Luna-Terra. I wish I was as close as you.
Aren't they both, like, older than they appear, though?
Yeah, but do you think any adult ever actually feels like an adult? I've come to learn that nobody ever feels like an adult ever in their entire life.
Sure.
What was it? It was that, I mean, it was a fucking Tumblr post, but it just kind of was like an aha, like, no, you know what? That checks out. You never actually feel older. Younger people just look younger and younger.
Yeah, for sure.
Which, that checks out.
Yeah.
For me personally, at least.
Yeah. Sure. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright. Break time?
Break time. So we go take 5, and then we will,
What do you mean? I feel like an ancient baby.
Yeah, we'll take 5, and then we'll do the next leg of our journey. There's a fucking cat on me. Okay. Hello.
Hi. Hoi!
We're back. In action. And
Action never stops.
whoa. Wow.
Wow. In my Tumblr drafts, I have a draft of a post that is just the word saw.
Saw?
Yeah, because I think it was supposed to be like saw this or whatever, but I completely forgot what I had seen, so now I just have a post that says saw.
Saw Luigi. Saw Luigi. Where you see a Luigi?
Wow, saw Luigi.
Well, yeah. Well, we both took a bite of it. We have brownies. They're quiet food.
But it's a lot of chewing.
That's true. I should have thought of this earlier.
What?
Brownies. But I just figured you do hear that
Num, 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 num. You're
See,
welcome.
See, you shouldn't. I should be quiet. Because that was the point of brownies during the stream. Is that you don't have to nosedive across the room to eat a chip. But it appears that still is the case with brownies.
Can I hear it now?
I mean, I hardly can, so they probably can't. Okay, now I can hear it.
Like a fucking walkie-talkies. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Well, when they asked the first time, they were like leaning away from me, and then they sat back up, and I was like, oh, there it is. Okay. Alien Phenomena in the Pilot Program, title from Origin Title Mechanics Research Archives, and authors, the director of Celestial Mechanics, Iapetus.
Oh, you know that guy.
We know that guy.
He was a dick to Saturn.
He was. The Scout program was created to be fungible with various other religions or philosophies in direct response to the immediate post-war need to address growing existential threats. That's a big sentence with a lot of words.
I'm looking up the definition for the word fungible.
Well, non-fungible tokens are
really
not,
shitty images.
Not called that. They're called that because they're not a physical reality. Fungible means it's a physical.
Wrong.
I was close though.
No, you weren't. Fungible.
Yeah, I was.
Okay, then what's the actual definition? You didn't even let me say the actual definition before you were like, I'm kind of right though.
I think that I'm right.
Well, I'm about to tell you why you're wrong. Fungible, adjective. Of a product or commodity, replaceable by another identical item, mutually interchangeable.
That is...
Because the point of NFTs was not that it's not something physical, it's that it's not replicable.
Mm.
You're not supposed to be able...
Except that was a lie because
you can
save a PNG.
Yeah, exactly.
So... And it's like the unique token on the fucking Bitcoin server, whatever the fuck. Fungible. Okay, fine. Replicable.
So when something is fungible, then it is replaceable by another identical item, mutually interchangeable. It is replaceable. So non-fungible means not replaceable. So what is it? Was created to be fungible with various other religions.
Catherine.
What?
All of your apes are gone.
Yeah, I'm funging your tokens. All of my apes have been replaced by identical, mutually exclusive things. What's that pose? It's like... multiplies you by 1. I'm exactly the same, but a process has occurred.
So what they're saying here, the Scout program was created to be replaceable with various other religions or philosophies in direct response to the immediate post-war need to address growing existential threats. Plural.
So the Scouts aren't just Christian. They're all faiths.
Mm-hmm. Why did you think they were Christian?
Because the Summer Scouts, it's very Catholic.
We know the devil.
Yeah. It's very heavy Catholic vibes.
Address growing existential threats, plural, related to various other religions and philosophies, because different religions and philosophies, different cultural gravities will think that different things are the existential threat.
Mm-hmm. Love that.
Yes. As a stopgap measure, the Memorial Foundation has had frustrations with indefinite extensions of scouting programs internationally, and mostly universal failure to balance beyond the need for it. Model, or more specifically the Scouts, were a victim of the space program's own success at fighting the Cold War. With support for a unified approach to space in order to prevent human cultural rivalry, the Memorial Foundation has been granted an opportunity to revise the scouting program and change the reactive war of attrition into a proactive one and confront the existential threat directly. The existential threat is the alien threat. We must think of them as one and the same. What is not known to us is the alien. The alien is defined by that most familiar function of X equals that which is human that humans are not, which we've bumped into a few times.
Mm-hmm.
A fascinating logical paradox of much utility in research is the thought exercise: imagine something that humans could not imagine. Logically, you should not be able to do it. It is inherently impossible to imagine something that you have by definition the capabilities to imagine.
I think that's probably a typo.
Yeah. And yet, this thought exercise leads us to begin defining first what is human. In other words, what is conventional. And then, by this same process, to imagine what is unconventional. In fact, this is the essence of conquering the unknown, rather than allowing it the power to rule, and to safely integrate it in culture, than for it to fester in anti-culture. But it will not produce what is truly alien to us. Solving this puzzle requires us to be a part of what humanity does not wish to be.
Interesting.
Okay, so after the first sentence, I got lost.
No, I get it.
I think I get it, but I can't, I'm trying to summarize it with words, and I don't know,
So, yeah. Change the reactive war of attrition into a proactive one. So I googled what attrition means because I've heard war of attrition many times before, but I don't necessarily know what it actually means. So attrition is defined as wearing something down gradually. So they're saying rather than holding the threat at bay, we can confront it and attack it directly. And then the logical paradox. Imagine something that humans could not imagine. Yes. Defining first what is human, what is conventional, and then to imagine what is unconventional. This is the essence of conquering the unknown rather than allowing it the power to rule and to safely integrate it in culture, than for it to fester in anti-culture. But it will not produce. So, I think basically Iapetus is saying that when you try to conceptualize the other, the fact that you can conceptualize it means that it's not actually inhuman because it is of humans. And so it can be integrated into the greater culture if you can conceive it. Which is safer than because if you can integrate it into culture, then it's not an enemy anymore. Then it's not a threat. It's only when you say that is not us, when you deny it rather than accepting it, that it becomes us versus them. Solving this puzzle requires us to be a part of what humanity does not wish to be. So yeah, so I think that kind of explains why he split from Memorial Foundation, because he's saying in order to do this, in order to fight the threat directly or remake the scout program or whatever, or to solve the problem of the people talk about the growing existential threat. He's saying if we can take the existential threat and make it part, if we can accept it as part of us, then we don't have to fight it anymore.
Right.
Which I think is fascinating.
I like it.
Yeah. Subject: origin, direct message, author Mars. Fine, okay, I know I didn't get to the point, but I have to build up to it, okay? The contextualizing information is important, but okay, I will actually talk about it this time. Mechanical interface is how machines typically work. You're going to yell at me for not being clear if I don't say this, but if I say that's when you've got physical switches and buttons and steering devices and you move them with your hands, that doesn't actually really convey it, because you do those things in your ship self, but you don't use mechanical interfacing. So it actually matters that it is defined as exact mental instruction. It does exactly what you tell it. You can make anything you want to happen, but you have to give it exact instructions. There's the physical lag between yourself and the machine, but there's also the nuanced nature of giving the instructions. That's a really hard thing to do. Obviously, most people would prefer to move a machine on raw instinct or like part of their body. I don't think that many people actually get the best results from an interface like that. Unless, yes, they're like our mutual ex. Hey, is that what you wanted to know? Mutual ex?
Mutual? Did they both hate Luna-Terra?
I guess so. The form of Gygas's attack? Gygas?
That's the guy from Earthbound, right? But interesting. So
I really like this. And I'll tell you why, but you can finish your thought.
I'm just telling you from there, right? Well, because Saturn and... Why is my brain just like...
Luna-Terra?
Not fucking
Pluto?
working anymore. No. Mercury.
Mercury.
Jesus. Saturn and Mercury had a mutual ex.
Uh-huh.
And so do Mars and Pluto.
That's funny.
And I'm wondering if Luna-Terra and her
person in the chair.
Yeah. Anyway, you probably had some really profound thoughts that I just cut off.
That's okay. Yeah, so things. Communication. I really like it. Mm-hmm. We've talked a little bit before about, like, you know, the mind reading thing and how that would work. Did you see the workshop that I did about the communication? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's that. Exact mental instruction. So it does exactly what you tell it. Like computers. Computers are really good at following instructions. They can't actually think for themselves because all they're doing is following extremely complicated instructions. And that's why if there's even a single thing wrong with the instruction, everything stops working. Mm-hmm. This made me think of so I don't know if anybody in chat is familiar with the Raven Cycle. It's a book series by Maggie Stiefvater. There's a character named Henry who has this line that I really like. That's like, English isn't my first language. My first language is thought. Mm. And so I've always I think about that because communication is attempting to convey information so that you and the other person have the same understanding. And so you're using words to try and convey your meaning. And so when you're giving instructions, that's like, yee, because you have your thoughts, and then but you can't convey an idea, a concept, without using a medium. Because thoughts come in. How does that? I think I have a note on my phone. I don't remember if this is something that I made up or if I took this down from somewhere, but I found it again recently and I was like, bruh. Let me find it. Thoughts. Thoughts come into your head naked, but to communicate with others, you have to dress your idea in linguistic clothing. When on the receiving end of communication, one must undress the speech in order to look past the linguistic dressings to see the raw idea underneath. I love this metaphor because everyone's style is different. Some people give their ideas elegant and form-fitting clothes. Others like to add lots of accessories to embellish their thoughts. just like we dress ourselves as an expression of who we are, how we use language to dress our thoughts can reflect us as well. That's a note that I had on my phone. Raven or raisin? Raven cycle. Is that what we were talking about? The raisin cycle would be an entirely different thing, I think.
That would be an agricultural textbook.
Yeah, so mechanical interface. So it actually measures exact mental instruction.
I like your words, by the way.
Thank you.
California Raisins fan. Oh my god, I haven't heard anything about the California Raisins in years. I had action figures of them as a child. Not really action figures, they weren't opposable. But I had little plastic figures of the California Raisins.
What are the California Raisins?
Oh my god, I need to show you the California Raisins.
Do you really?
I do. Immediately.
Oh.
These are the California Raisins.
Oh, they're actual raisins.
They're actual raisins.
Okay.
Hold on, let me...
Has the back and 5 text been on the screen the whole time?
No.
Oh,
okay. Wait. No. Just checking. Yeah, this is the California Raisins. From the 80s and 90s. Yeah, they're like a little older. I had a bunch of like these guys. I might have had these exact ones actually. I believe they were hand-me-down of some fashion. Why did we have a minimum of 2 of each raisin? Oh, okay, so you remember these too. Did we have that many? I only remember ever having like 4, but maybe that's because you had the other 4 because you're saying that we had a minimum of 2 of each raisin. They like have actual music and I think also a cartoon show.
Oh, interesting.
But we never watched it. We just had these guys.
Cool. Can we go back to the game? I had another thought.
You had another thought? I like that you're having thoughts about the game. It's a good game. Provides many things to thought about. You think, yeah, like I think there's only 4, like that's the whole band, but
what was my thought? You can make anything you want to happen, but you have to give it exact instructions. There's the physical lag between yourself and the machine, but there's also the nuanced nature of giving the instructions. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the physical lag of like, you know, inputting your instructions.
Yeah.
And then the nuanced nature of giving instructions, I think that's where we get into the communication piece where, you know, everything is interpretive and, you know, machines can, you know, with a machine, everything has to be inputted perfectly or it's not going to understand. And it's kind of the same with people. But
I'm thinking about trying to teach children how to do crafts.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Children are also in many ways like machines because you have to input the instructions very clearly.
I'm thinking about like how my, I don't know if it's enough of a specific thing to call it my teaching pedagogy, but like my teaching kind of methods or like things that I gravitate towards in terms of how I instruct and how that's developed. Things like I don't know when, you know, people get older, maybe this is less applicable, but I've noticed when you're teaching young children, never tell them what not to do. Always just be very, very explicit and clear about this is the thing that you do. Because I remember I learned this lesson. This was one of the most clear-cut lessons I ever learned about teaching when I was teaching kids art classes. Because I noticed there was this one particular project that we had that when I would do it with kids, a lot of them would make the same kind of
blunder.
Yeah, so to speak. they would do the same thing with the materials, and I started saying, don't do this, do this.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, 100% of the time that I said don't do this, that would end up being the thing that the kid did.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just kind of developed the habit of, like, never saying what not to do, and just trying to put a lot of very clear emphasis on the thing that should be happening.
Makes sense.
Like,
it's kind of like the white bear principles.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about white bears. That doesn't work.
Yeah. You tell someone not to think about something, they're going to start thinking about it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then, other kind of, like...
Okay, but going back to this, so there's, when you have a human telling a machine what to do, the machine takes everything literally, and it needs exact instructions. But with people, people can think, and they have their own minds, and so they have imaginations, and they can fill in blanks, and they can take meaning from your words or instructions where you did not intend there to be any, which is why, so when we talk about the nuanced nature of giving instructions, that's where my mind went. And then Mars says, obviously most people would prefer to move a machine on raw instinct or like part of their body. I don't think many people actually get the best results from an interface like that.
Yeah.
Unless you're Luna-Terra. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to know your beast. I think that, I mean, they're talking about complicated brain machines, but I think that could go for any machine or even simple tool.
Know your beast.
Yeah.
Like the hot glue gun.
A
hot glue gun is an animal.
Yeah, like any tool, you gotta, its quirks, and then you can, like...
Cam is making a very complicated gesture with their hands. There's a lot of circular motions.
It's like molding. It's like like molding.
Fingers are being angled and twitching. The palms.
You're making it sound like I'm having a mild seizure. I'm just being sculptural with my hands. Sculptural of an invisible material. I'm shaping it. I'm forming it. I'm molding it.
It's a very interesting shape so far.
It
just kind of looks like you're sticking your fingers in it.
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not.
The gesture. I do that.
I have forgotten what my original point even was.
I don't know, but we're going to put our hands down now.
You cannot make me.
It's comms time.
It is comms time. Ooh.
Speaking of that mutual act.
Haha, right off the bat. Do you ever miss Luna-Terra?
I was gonna say, no. What? No. In case you've forgotten, she betrayed us and went back to Memorial Foundation. I know you want her back because you are kind and forgiving, but I'm not, and I'll kick her butt if I ever see her again.
But that's no different than how you two used to be. You two only fight less now. That's the part that's sad.
She was always smug, always a know-it-all, and always one step ahead. The worst senior pilot. And she didn't teach me shit.
Breakups really do turn all your memories sour, huh?
Shut up. Luna-Terra is the only one I feel that way about.
I know. You pine after good girls way too much. I think dating bad people is good for you.
If I have to go through that again, no thanks. The only thing I miss is the expression on her face after I got one up on her.
Her smile, you mean?
You miss it too.
I do. I'm glad you can get nostalgic sometimes, too. Do you miss the days of the Cold War, fighting against the existential threat, too?
It was scary in a different way. It was so easy, I never had to think about it. Tearing through that ephemeral light like that was only sort of there. It was scary because we didn't know what would happen or what it was. But we didn't need to know any of those answers, and we just got to fight forever. It was fun.
Until I came along.
What do you mean?
If you think about it, it was me, wasn't it? Before they even finished the Chronmacula, even in just the prototype. In my first provisional mission, I wiped out the enemy in the time it took to blink. And they haven't come back since. Before, it was fun for everyone. You were strong, but it was still hard. But there was no point in sending all of you out to protect Earth when it turned out the existential threat was so weak I could destroy it with the snap of a finger.
That's reversing cause and effect. They just use that as an excuse to stop caring about colonization. Even if it was never a threat to our existence, they didn't have to give up on everything. It's not your fault.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Oh no, the snap.
Snap.
Pluto fucking Thanos snapping the
Unsnap.
existential threat. I like your reference better. Because I don't know a lot about Marvel. And I'm not keen to find out.
I know some things.
Yeah, I also know some things, but not many.
I like Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right. You do like Spider-Man.
I like
I
Spider-Man.
know you like Spider-Man.
I like the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my, well, I mean, Into the Spider-Verse is my favorite Spider-Man movie, but The Amazing Spider-Man is a close second.
Which actor guy is
Andrew
that?
Garfield.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. He is a skateboard guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's my favorite scenes in The Amazing Spider-Man my favorite scene is the one where he is playing around with his powers using this. He's on his skateboard and he's doing progressively more athletic things, and he's like, whoa, like the joy, like it's so like joyful and cool and fun. And then the scene where he brings Aunt May the eggs, because that's like really emotional. Those are my favorite scenes in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that movie. There was a point where I was watching that movie like 2 times a week. Mm-hmm. I would come home from work and I'd be like, I kind of want to watch. I watched it like back to back one night, I think. I put the movie on and I watched it and I was like, that was amazing. Again, please. Egg. You know about Ant-Man's friend Pym? Spider-Man.
I don't
Get
know
me
about
pictures
Ant-Man's
of
friend
Spider-Man. Pym. I did watch the Ant-Man movie, but I remember very little about it. I remember the train thing because it was stupid.
Brother, did you watch that one with our parents? Because I haven't seen it. Anyway, you're saying?
And it's that one guy who's the actor.
Is his name Paul?
Yes, Rudman. Paul Rudman. Who's also the guy in that really scrunkly, oh shit gif, which I didn't know until somebody else told me. And I was like, what? And I had to go find the gif and be like, squint.
Yeah,
that is Paul Rudman.
I think Pym made the Pym particles that
or
allow
Paul
shrinking.
Rudd. The Pym particles.
Paul
Right. Okay, it's just Rudd. It's not Rudman, it's just Rudd.
Yeah. For some reason, my brain was like, Paul
Rudimentary.
Rind, or like Paul Rained, or something like Anne Rained. Which is not correct.
Wrong. You're throwing bees at me.
We have finished stream with that video now.
It's peas. It's peas, babe. It always has been.
Always will be.
Wrong.
Speaking of finishing stream, it's about midnight. So
it's bedtime.
Next time on Heaven Will Be Mine, deep dive with Saturn, and we'll keep on marching from there.
Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Huzzah? Yuza.
Huaza. Oh yeah, the California Raisins.
Huaza!
What did you search to find that video?
It's Tupper, babe.
It was
this one. Yeah.
So I don't know, like,
I don't know these men.
I don't know where this is. Like,
This is from like the podcast or something that they do. I don't know who they are, but I know
video quality so bad.
I don't know, but I know they do a podcast.
Yeah, this was just like this is the thing that went viral on Tumblr in recent days.
Did it?
I mean, did it viral or did it just show up on your dashboard?
I got it from I didn't see it on Tumblr. I saw it on YouTube Shorts.
I saw it on Tumblr.
You saw it on Tumblr?
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw you reblog it on Tumblr.
Maybe it was from Tumblr. I don't remember.
YouTube Shorts is poisoning your brain.
I have seen these guys on YouTube Shorts.
Mm.
That's probably why I thought that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
YouTube Shorts is fucking evil.
Yeah, it's true. I'm not gonna stop using it though. It makes the dopamine machine go ding.
It's a never-ending stream. It's the never-ending part that's bad.
The never-ending story. We still need to watch that.
Yeah, it's on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's evil because it's just a time sink full of misinformation, like TikTok. It's YouTube's answer to TikTok in attempted imitation, which means that it is of the same evil cousin. What the fuck?
Closing thoughts for the stream, other than YouTube Shorts is evil.
Pluto good.
Pluto good.
Pluto interesting.
True. And Mars
and
also.
Mars.
And Luna-Terra. I'm growing more and more invested in Luna-Terra.
Yeah. Okay.
You only know that song for Stranger Things? What, the Never Ending Story song?
Kate Bush running up that hill?
When did that song come up?
It didn't.
Yeah.
But it's from Stranger Things.
They were playing that at my work earlier.
Ah.
Okay, let's play the video.
I think...
We're gonna have a talking to after doing stream ends?
No, one moment. Okay, so thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed. We'll be back as soon as we can. Conceivably, because of
inconceivable
life scheduling things. I should save the game.
Yeah, do it. Do you want to just save?
Oh, I remember why I did a separate.
Why?
Because I wanted to double check that we made the same choices with Saturn.
Oh, okay. You mean different choices?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then, because we would have to restart from this point in order to fix that if something got messed up.
Gotcha.
Anyway. Okay, the game is closed and now it won't make any more sound. Let me copy this link. Yeah, so we'll try and be back as soon as we can. And oops, I stopped posting things on YouTube again. Animal Crossing? That's like there's like certain like subjects and phrases that will like wake me up like a fucking sleeper agent. Animal Crossing is one of them. So is Splatoon. So is Homestuck. Okay. Anyway, that's all for this evening.
Good night.
Good night. Friday, right. minor change in the stream schedule because I feel bad I didn't stream it all last week. Butterfly Soup 2 on Friday because I didn't want to skip Butterfly Soup 2 weeks in a row. And I'm really looking forward to that. I hope you all are too. I'm really excited to see what direction Butterfly Soup is gonna take. But yeah, soup. Friday is soup day. Soup. And Saturday will be Disco Elysium. So that's the schedule for this week. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you back on Friday. Katzen will see you around.
See ya.
Good night.
Good night.